Alright, hello, welcome back to the Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. So today we are going to be doing another how hard can the unit hit video. And this time around I want to do, I did the defense stacking this week. I think it makes sense to do the attack stacking for this Namek Gohan exchange Piccolo LR from last year. So, as I said in the defense stacking one, in case you haven't watched that, I was able to get a dupe for this character off my Dokkan Day tickets for the possessed Gohan Goten banner. I only got this character, originally. It was like a month, maybe a month and a half, something like that back. It wasn't that long ago, maybe a little longer, but it wasn't that long ago for sure. I did really want them on release, but, with the 10th anniversary on the horizon back then, I was like, I can't justify summoning, right? So, especially because I had just, dropped, fucking 600, 750, whatever stones it was on Namek Vegeta's banner, because I'm a big Vegeta fan, so. And Namek. Anyway, we did the defense stacking for this character. They look pretty decent, but I did want to get the attack stacking in as well. So that's what we're going to be doing here. Now, this is a 200% lead, a double 200% lead with, Glorios. We do have everything linked level 10, though, and, I got the one dupe. So we'll see just what we're able to get from this character. I'm essentially using the exact same team I did last time, although with the exception of last time, because it was defense stacking, I did have LR Golden Frieza tag Gogeta. This time, I am actually able to take advantage of the insane, Namekian links. We'll have, Brainiacs and, Namekians itself, Fierce Battle, I think they should have. Legendary Power, all those sort of big links with Tech Piccolo. I guess both Tech Piccolos, so. It should look really good. Oh, by the way, one more thing here real quick. I did realize, after recording that last one, so this portion right here, after receiving an attack, I was confused why we only saw the one attack and that was it during that last one. It threw me off. I realized what happened, sort of similar to Pod Frieza, where I was like, oh shit, we actually ran out of the effect. We did run out of this effect. Now, I don't believe, it's not all build-up phase 2 sort of build-ups, but abilities like this, where you just permanently get them after fulfilling a condition, I suppose these last 99 turns, I don't fully, listen, their stacks, SA effect, stacks, do only last 99 turns, until at that point they just start to refresh from, say you start at turn 6, with Tech Piccolo, right? Anything after turn, what would it be, 105? Anything after turn 105, you'd just be refreshing the stacks that Piccolo had gotten. And then, even earlier than that, you'd lose stacks you'd gotten on Gohan, right? So, for SA effect, I know it's 99 turns. But the phase 2s are a little confusing. I think it's just abilities that are written like this, where you complete a certain condition and then you just immediately have effects for the rest of the battle. Even if it doesn't save for the rest of the battle, is when you can lose them. Because with Pod Frieza and now with Piccolo, I did lose sort of abilities that I got after completing a certain condition. But sort of building up stats, phase 2, as far as I've noticed, I haven't ever lost those, so a little odd. Dokkan is just odd in general, because a little bit of a tangent here, but I did do the Int Boo defense stacking not that long ago, and this is still crazy to me. I don't know if you guys knew, this ability right here is not phase 2 after the character or an ally's revival skill is activated. You would think because you have to activate the revival skill first, it would be phase 2, or at least I did, but it's not. My only theory as to why it's phase 1 is because it says after the character, which would be, I imagine, phase 2, but then it says or an ally. So That's the only thing I can really think of, because an ally can also activate it. But yeah, I don't know. We're going to get the stack in here, though. I mean, I literally just did the defense stacking, and we'll be essentially in the exact same scenario we were last time. So I don't really see a need to do the first 2 turns of stacking that I usually do. So I'm just going to cut away here. I'm going to get the stacking, and we'll just come back, when I'm for the final turn, essentially. Well, not the final turn. I'll do the baseline turn, and then, the final sort of item turn and everything. But either way, I'm going to get the stacking, and we will come back and we will see just how hard Namek LR Gohan exchange into Piccolo can hit. Alright, so we are back here. We are up to turn 96. So maybe I could have gone a little bit further here, right? I think with the defense stacking, what was it, like 102 or something? I went to, but just to ensure that we can actually get that super, I did want to set it up a couple of turns earlier than sort of the max that I could do, like I did before. So, with that being said, though, I mean, we are ready to get started, right? I have quite a bit of stacks here, 138. Now, I can't really recall, to be honest, how many attacks total as well as supers total I had gotten on the defense one. So I'm not sure if we've actually been luckier or not. I really couldn't tell you, so I guess we'll find out together, huh? But yeah, I mean, having the links with Tech Piccolo, man, when this guy gets his Easy A, it's gonna be crazy. And what's really crazy is he could actually literally Easy A anytime. He's in line for his Easy A, and he has been, essentially, since the start of this year. So it's pretty wild to think about. But yeah, with Tech Piccolo, we do have Brainiacs, which gives us 15% attack and defense. Namekians, 7% attack and defense. We have Fierce Battle, 20% attack. Legendary Power, 15% attack from performing a super. So we have a lot of attack from our links. Now we're going to have AGL Gogeta on the rotation next time. Glorio buff, Tech UI buff. We have the items, haven't popped them yet, so this is going to be really good. I do think so, at least, for Tech Piccolo. So, I mean, let's just get started here, and we'll do, like, the baseline turn, and we'll see just what he's going to give us now. But I do think he's going to be pretty decent overall. I mean, he's not going to be, at least I don't think so, in the a billion range or anything like that. I sincerely doubt it. But I really do think he could probably more or less at that like 600 mil range would be my guess. I mean, I have no idea, but we're starting off with 87 mil. Maybe even a little lower, maybe like 400, 500 mil. But I mean, considering like Easy A Super 17, for example, what did I get him to hit to? Wasn't it like 420 some odd million? So I'd say if this guy from pretty much a year back from ECA Super 17, if he can compete with that, I'd say that's pretty good. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'd say that's pretty good. So I'm definitely really excited to see what we're going to get up to when we have all the sort of boosts active. I do think he will look pretty decent. But, we'll have to see. I think, how high was I getting them to hit for the defense one? I feel like I might have gotten a little luckier with the stats, honestly, on the defense one, once I came to sort of start. But, there's only so much I can do about if I get lucky with great chances, as well as if I proc hidden potentials, and then if they're, the normal or the super. I mean, I can't really influence any of those things, so. I listen, as cool as it would be to always have every single stack possible, it's, I get as much as I can, but it's a practical impossibility that every single turn you'll hit the hidden potential and everything, right? Especially when mine only has one dupe, so I have, what is it, 12? Or is it 13? It's 12 additional on him, so. Okay, but let me That's annoying. Man, it's always got to be some bullshit when it comes to Tech UI. Now, those attacks are before I'm attacking. Do I want to risk it? Because my choices here are essentially as follows. Risk it. And potentially kill Rose, meaning I have to restart entirely. Which I don't want to do. Or, well, I suppose I actually have 3 options. Or I could sacrifice the Glorio support, or I could just cut away and come back in another 6 or so turns and see if I get better luck. That's always frustrating when Rose has to attack right in the fucking... So many times I've had this happen where he ignores slot 3, but Glorio is on that rotation. It's like, okay, so I can't work around that. God damn it. Fuck you, Tech UI. I hate you, man. He's good for these, but it's also his counters. I am genuinely... I mean, if it's before he gets his, like, 18 key off. Maybe. And if I don't crit... Fuck. I think I might be fine if I'm gonna risk it. If I have to restart, I have to restart. We'll see. I honestly feel like I'm making a bad decision here. But I'm just going to stick with it. If we have to restart... I mean, I am trying to get to a point where I have these recorded, far in advance. Well, not far in advance, but essentially like a day in advance, at least for this one. So, I mean, if I have to restart, it's not like the end of the world. Okay, that's... Just as long as he doesn't crit. Please don't crit. Okay. Whew. God damn. Listen, it always... These do take quite a while to get, like, deep in, so... I don't like the idea of having to restart them. Thankfully, that worked out. Well, if he had one more attack... I mean, I wouldn't have even risked it if he had one more attack there, but... Hell, or if I crit on both of those, like... I very easily could have ended up killing Rose here. See, that's the thing. Because we went from doing what was it, like 1.6? Now for the counters, they're doing 3 times more than what they actually show. So if you think about it, 1.6, 3 times more, it's, what, 4.8? And then you gotta take into consideration, rather, the type advantage, stuff like that. And class advantage, rather, too. But then after Super, I mean, I was hitting for 4.2. You times that by 3, and that's 12.6. So that is the thing. If there's a slot with, like, Rose, like, after attacking, like, if those 2 attacks were after Attack UI attack, there'd be no way in hell I would have tried that. 'Cause, I mean, I practically reduced Rose's health by, like, 75% of what it was already. 60% of what it was already. After attacking, 1 might have even honestly done it. But thankfully, it did not. So, we'll see how this goes. Hopefully I can get lucky. If not, I'll reset the turn. We'll see though. Let's pop the tech orb changing item. Not the worst, but not the best. And let's see. Oh, okay. Literally nothing. That's okay. Well, yeah, in that case, let me cut away. I'll be back once I get as many orbs as possible. Alright, so we are back here. thankfully, I was able to get them all. I do not always get lucky with that. Now, it did take several turns of resetting. I even had one that got up to 20 Q spheres, and I was considering doing that, but because listen, sometimes it just, I'll find the optimal scenario, well, quote unquote optimal, like the second time in, and then I'll reset like 20 more times, and it just keeps getting worse and worse, right? So I do try, and thankfully I did manage to get the full key sphere here. Orb field, whatever you want it's called. Anyway, we're ready to get started thus. So, I mean, we have all of our links, right? We have the Tech UI domain, HGL Gogeta active, the double Glorio support. Tech Piccolo is going to look really, really crazy here. Now, something I do want to note, I made sure to note this with the defense stacking, but so AGL Gogeta does have successors support. Now, if we just take a peek over at the category, and we could honestly even look at this Piccolo here. Pretty much every Piccolo is on this. I mean, even Demon King Piccolo. Right? All the Piccolos are on this category. Now, why this is important is, given that all Piccolos are on it, you'd expect this guy to be on it. However, even though we have Namekians as a link, by the way, because Dokkan they're kind of silly, you'll notice, I mean, we have Hybrid Saiyans, just because of how Dokkan handles categories for exchange characters, they only have the categories of the first character, right? So, unfortunately, Gohan isn't a successor. So, even though Piccolo should be on successors, because he's the exchange to Gohan, we don't have it, which means we are missing out on the 40% Phase 1 support from AGL Gogeta, unfortunately. But we do have everything else possible up here. So I do think it's going to be a pretty good turn, but we'll have to see. So let's gather the key spheres here, pop the old World Tournament announcer, and we'll see what Piccolo is going to get up to. Well, just making sure. Okay, I was going to say, would it be better to have him in slot 2 and I could work around that? No, we have everything we can have here. So, let's see. I'm pretty excited. I think he's going to be hitting pretty damn good. What he's going to get up to exactly, I think probably, if I had to guess, in the 400 to 600 million range would be my guess. 383, huh? It's a little less than I thought. I mean, I did say 400 mil, but I thought it'd be a little higher than that. To be fair, 383. I mean, this is Piccolo on double 200%. I only have one dupe in him. I can't really do anything about that, obviously. But I only have one dupe in him. So I suppose technically he definitely could break 400 million. For sure. Just a little unfortunate that I was not able to do that here. But still, I mean, when you consider, I mean, this guy's only stacking 20% per turn, and he only has one guaranteed stack. I mean, Gohan doesn't even have a guaranteed stack. It's just it's a high chance. Piccolo has one guaranteed chance. He has a 70% chance. And then if you get lucky in clocking the hidden potential, so I mean, often turns you're getting 40%. Sometimes you'll get 60%. Other times you're only getting 20%. So I mean, obviously he's not going to be competing with, fucking hit stacking 50% per 4 supers a turn, or the 7th year stacking 50% per super 4 supers a turn, right? So I mean, considering what he is, and that the fact that he's from last year, 2 power creeps back. So I mean, he doesn't. See, this is why I'm trying to get all the older characters in and all the revisits in right now, is because 383 mil is actually a pretty decent number, but it's when you consider the lens of everything. If you look at characters directly from right now that can hit up to 1 billion, it's okay, well, that's not as good, but you got to keep in mind. I mean, this guy is pre-GDC and he's pre-10th anniversary. So the fact that he's hitting that, and which, keep in mind, I mean, EZA Super 17 wasn't that high above him, right? I mean, he was only 400 some odd million, and even like Dokkan Fest LR Vegeta and Trunks, I only got like 200 some odd mil off them. Like they did not hit hard at all. So with everything considered, I think he actually did pretty damn well. I do think so. But still, I mean, obviously I'd want a little more, but that's once again why I'm trying to do all these older characters right now before we get into like 11th anniversary. I don't think it's going to be as major power creep as we've seen recently. Rather, I think it's just going to be more of a meta shift. I think we're going to go from a short content meta to a long content meta, or maybe even like a medium content meta. So I think that's more so where the difficulty shift will lie. So a lot of our characters are, you know, look at like Omega, for example, where it's like the first 3 turns from his appearance is where he has the support. Or is it 4 turns from his first appearance he has the support guaranteed additional? I feel like they're more so going to balance difficulty around. I mean, sure, the stats will move up a little bit, but in my opinion, and which I don't know anything more than you guys do, but I really think, especially with the amount of stackers we've gotten recently, that they're trying to give us a lot of stackers now, so that we have characters in time for the 11th anniversary meta shift, and less of power. So I feel like Dokkan's also probably seen people complaining about the amount of power creep, which I enjoy a challenge. I enjoy power creep, but even me, it's like we're starting to go, because you know it's one thing when you have like the 7th anniversary, the biggest jump in power creep relative to our units like ever. It's one thing when you have that, and then you just have like a year and a half, 2 years of sort of dormant. I mean, it goes up a little bit, but not too much. And then it's another thing entirely when it's like every 6 months, characters not past that 6-month threshold, just like get aged out. So like I've been having fun. I've been having a lot of fun. I enjoy challenges. I enjoy seeing the big numbers, but I can certainly see that we're starting to head into a bit of a negative direction. I feel like Dokkan Twitter, whatever, overblows it, but I definitely, I think Dokkan will slow it down, but, you know, we'll have to see. So, either way, I'm going to end things here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm not sure who I'm going to do. I would like to do some more characters that I haven't gotten around to. I actually had a comment asking about, like, AGL Beerus from the 10th anniversary. I've actually been wanting to do him. I've also been wanting to do Nail from last year as well. I've never did Nail. So now that I actually have a Piccolo I could run next to him, maybe now would be the time. I don't know. Might be one of them. Might be another revisit. I sort of realized how many revisits I have to do, and it's quite a lot. So we'll see. But either way, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.